Hello you, welcome to Geekers, and this is Ostriv, I believe it's pronounced, I'm not 100% sure. This is a small sort of turn of the century, 18th century city builder, very much in the style of things like Banish, things like that. It's quite unforgiving apparently. It's still very early development, it's early access, it's another early access title, but to be honest with you, it's really quite fleshed out and it has some really interesting mechanics. It's a one guy dev team, it's a little guy sitting, I say little guy, he might be 8 foot, I don't know, but you know, it's a guy sitting building this all by himself, and you know, for an early access title, it's really shaping up to be quite nicely, and like I say, some really interesting little mechanics and things like that. So we're going to dive in. Please bear in mind it is early access, so there may well be some funky bugs, there may well be some issues. There's a lot of stuff that obviously not implemented into the game yet, such as map generation. It looks like all the maps are custom made. So there's 3. I don't know what the difference is with any of them, but I'm assuming these little spots here are the starting points, and I quite like this one on a little jetty, so we're going to go for that. And here we go, we're starting. So it's quite a pretty game. The mouse moves a little quick. I might have to jump into see if we've got some settings to do something about that. Let's have a look. Options. No, okay, that's fine. Well, we'll deal with it. So here we go. This is our little original setup. All the little welcomers, they start in tents. It's a little bit of a sort of Amish type vibe, you know. So they start in tents, but we've got to get them out of the tents by the first winter. Okay, so that's the point there. So first things first, we need to get some supplies. Which is build a forestry for wood production. So that's what we're going to start off by doing. So we've got houses, water, production, trade and transport, government. I don't think there's some stuff in here, but for the most part, a lot of this is coming, like education and religion. All this is coming later on. But there's some pretty things we can do. Some pine trees, there's some fences and little things like that. There's a town hall that we can set up. There are all different ways of trading different sort of food and stuff with outside worlds. We have quite a bit of different stuff regarding production, which is where we're going to start with a forestry. So we can place it wherever we kind of like. I think there is a way of rotating stuff. Let's have a look. When placing buildings, see tips on the screen. R and T. There we go. Yeah, I knew we could rotate it. There we go. So let's have a look for the sort of entry point is kind of there. So I'm going to place you here, just on the edge of this forest, I think. Okay, so I think the way it works is that we can speed things up. We have enough supplies here. We've got some wood, and they've got enough supplies to build a forestry. But after that, we're kind of on our own. We need to get some instant wood coming in. We need to get some thatch coming in for our thatchery. We need to get some clay coming in from a clay pit, and that's how we're going to be doing this. But look at this, right? This is one thing I really love. That the little guys here, they're actually taking the wood, and they are physically placing it where it goes in this place. You can actually see the foundations form, and you'll see here. Look at this. As stuff gets built in, it actually gets placed exactly where it needs to be. Kind of hoping we bring in some more wood. Yeah, here we go. That's what we need. So these guys here, they bring in the wood. They drop the wood off, and then other guys come in, and girls, you know, boys and girls. They come in and grab this wood. It looks like it's night time, I guess. 17:21 it is. There we go. They come and grab it, and the wood actually goes where it is. It looks really good when the building starts to get built up. So which you'll see in a moment. Look, stairs going in. Here we go. The floorboards going down, and then we actually get some. Look at that. The actual whole building gets placed piece by piece. It's fantastic. Really, really cute little thing to do. You'll notice, well, you might not notice, I don't know, but there wasn't many options for pathing in the game. And that's because pathing is completely procedural. So here we go, the wall's going up. How good does that look? So pathing is completely procedural. So at the moment, there are very little paths, but there have been a lot of people walking around here. So it's started to actually create a path. And what you'll find is over time, paths will actually just appear you know, as desire lines. So where people walk a lot is where the paths will end up becoming. Really is fantastic. So let's have a look. Here we go. We can add workers to it. So let's see if we can find out how many workers we have. We have 22 people. Here we go. So looking for job. There are 8 people looking for jobs. Okay. 9 people looking for jobs. So we might as well. I mean, yeah. The only thing we're really doing is getting wood at the moment. So we might as well fill that out with 5 people. So there are now 5 timber workers in place. So we might change that as we go. But for now, at least, we have wood coming in. So now we need to build houses for all the families in the camp. Because, like I say, if they don't have houses by the winter, it is game over, man. So a village house is the starting off one. So what we're going to do is we'll do a bit of a strip down here, I think. So what we'll do is we'll put that there. Yeah. And one cool thing, see the fencing here. The fencing will actually snap into place. So it matches the areas. Look at that. So there we could do one. Very little neat feature. So we're going to put that in. We're going to do a little bit sort of higgledy-piggledy, for want of a better word, because they wouldn't all be the exact same, would they? You know, it's just not how this sort of thing works. So we'll do that. But I love the fences attaching to each other. So we'll go for, let's go for 6 to start off with. I think is probably a good idea. So we'll do 6. Nice if they would keep up, but they won't, so that's okay. There we go, 5 and 1 more. We'll see how we get on for housing with those 6. Okay, so we've got plenty of wood coming in. Let's have a look what else we need. Labourers are getting thingies, so we need to so we need to get some clay. So let's have a look at production and look for clay pit, a place for digging clay. There we go, simple as that. And we'll put that over here. We'll have the entrance here. So that can go down. So that has 10,000 clay in it. There we go. So the clay will automatically start getting filled up from there. We also need nails, which we have. We have a storage of nails already, I believe. I don't know where they are. But I did remember them saying that we have camp stories. There we go. We have 1,300 nails. So eventually we'll have to create our nails ourselves. But for now, we have a good storage of nails. So the last thing we need is a thatchery. So let's get into our production and have a look at that. So thatchery is here. And it gathers and dries reeds for roof thatching. So we need to be somewhere where there are some reeds. We've got a load of reeds along here, so that should be pretty good. So in that case, we can probably get away with having you a little bit further back. So you're kind of halfway in between the town centre, which will become the town centre, and the actual reeds themselves. So we'll place you there. I think that's good. And the flags are going crazy. So now we should have what we need. So let's have a look. The clay is there. The thatch is there. We must have had some thatch then, did we? Oh yeah, we had 9 thatch in storage, so that's good. So we actually did have enough to get a first few houses. But look at this, how they build it, man. Absolutely. I mean, it's the smallest thing. It's not really needed, but it's so much fun. And here, this is interesting. So at the moment, let's slow it down a little bit so we can see. Wooden nails are being used, okay? And they're using wooden nails. And once this is done, we're now going to go back to clay use, because the clay gets used for the walls. So we have clay walls going in. And then once that's done, we're going to go back to the wooden nails for the roof structure. And then we're going to go all the wooden nails until the last thing that's going to be put in is some thatch. And we have a house. Look at that. How cool is that? Such a great idea. So that is owned by the Vichivsky family. The Vichivsky family. So they are the wealthiest people in the village. They're the first people to have a house. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And their tent has gone. That's good. So we'll actually just see when they go. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we actually need 8 houses, and we're building 6 at the moment. So let's get a couple more, but let's not just build a whole massive high street. Let's see if we can build a couple like a bit further out, just so it's a little bit more interesting to look at. I love the idea of having these all linked up though. So I'm going to put you there, and we'll have one on this side as well. And this could maybe be the fishing. The fisherman's village house. Sorry, so he's on his way down to the fisheries, which we'll have in a moment. So let's just snap you There we go. So that eventually will give us our 8 houses. Look, here we go. We're saying about the paths before. You can actually see the path starting to form now. We have a path from the forestry there. We've lost some workers, I suppose, because they're all doing other stuff, but that's fine as long as we've got wood. There's 161 wood there. Here we have there's no wood there, so at the moment all the wood we've got is being taken straight over to the houses. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, so let's get some speed on the go again. And up here then we've got a what's this? Total resources stored. Ah, okay. So we've got 140 wood, we've got 9 thatch, because the thatchery isn't actually built yet. We might have to increase the speed of the thatchery getting built. We can do that by doing this. So this is very much like, oh, actually, no, it's not. We need to do it by doing this, don't we? Because we built the 6 houses first. So here's what's being built first. So let's get that house finished. That's fine. I have no problem with building that one house. We have no staff. No, they've gone to get some more wood. That's fine. Because my worry is that there's quite a few people just hanging around. But I guess if there's nothing to build, you can't actually set people to build that. So once we've got the thatchery and the fisheries and things open, I guess they'll go and work there. At the moment, they're only really needed to be working if there's something being built. So our second house is on its way out. That was on its way up even, which is pretty neat. And in the meantime, they come sit there. So now this house is nearly done. So when that one's done, they'll start working on the thatchery, which they have started doing, which is good. So they'll start working on this building here. Let's see how that goes. I love the fact that the floor doesn't have to be completely flat, which I like a lot. Hopefully that'll work it out. So, okay, there you go. That village is that house is built. That is now the Miroshnichenko. Okay, good. They're moving in there, so that should be another one of the camps gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we have, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, unless one of those tents hasn't gone yet. No, it has. It's gone from there. Oh, we might need one more house. Okay, well, we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. We could always build a house up here by the thatchery. So there we go. The thatchery's built, so now we can open all them up. I can't see any reason not to do that just yet, because people seem to move around as they're needed anyway. So there we go. So people should now go and start working in this thatchery. So they're going to come and collect reeds. They're going to take the reeds and they're going to start drying the stuff out. Oh, that's neat. Okay, cool. And the third house is now undergoing the beginnings of being created. All right, cool. Well, since it's just building houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses, we might need one more. We'll see how we get on. We'll let these houses build up, and then we'll come back and see what's next. Right, it's going to be pretty touch and go. I think we need to have everyone into a house by December. This is going to be our last one. We need to do 9 altogether. So here's the 8 that we originally planned out, and then I built one over here. So it's sort of like the Thatcher's house. I mean, I don't think you can actually pick who lives where. I think they just live wherever. But from an aesthetic point of view, that's what we planned on doing. And hopefully, family's moving out because it's too cold to live in a tent. Are they off? Oh, bye. Oh, never mind. So we lost a couple of people there. Never mind. The house might as well get finished now, and it can be there for the next family that move in, I suppose. But look at this. It's snowing. It's beautiful. We're in December. So at least, for the most part, we got everyone settled in. That's pretty tough to fit everyone in that space, to be honest with you. But never mind. They're all sorted. So the next thing we need to worry about then, we've got camp centre. That doesn't really do anything. Here in the camp storage, we have 10 iron, and 490 nails. And that's just camp parking, so that nothing really happens with that. And we have our well is doing fine at the moment as well. So we need to look at setting up something for building more iron and nails and things really. So we're going to do that by using a where is it? Let's have a look. Smithing makes nails, horseshoes, and metal tools, which is kind of what we want there. I think anyway. I don't really know where iron's going to come from. but it just says that it needs wood, nails and clay, so that's fine. So where shall we look at putting this? Maybe here in between, next to the clay. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? We'll have it next to the clay there, because I don't know why it would make a lot of sense, but it seems like it would work well. So we'll put you down there. Hopefully people carry on with stuff. So food-wise now is the next thing we've got to worry about. They've got flour, they've got potato. So we need to probably look at doing some sort of farming as well. Well, that's probably going to be next episode stuff now, I think. We'll get this Smith, what's the word? It's just Smith, isn't it, is the word? Yeah, it's like a blacksmith. There we go. The blacksmith's the term I'm looking for. I was getting all lost. So yeah, we'll get this blacksmith up and running, hopefully. Wonder how long the snow is going to last for. That's going to be an interesting thing to find out. See if it's just December, or maybe the snow runs into January as well. It'll be interesting to find out as to whether or not the building's operational. There we go. We've got some blacksmithing going on right now, which is good. Yeah, January. Yep, snow lasts in January as well. So hopefully they've all got food that'll get them through the winter. 0.7 flour and 0.7 potato. Yeah, it looks like they're running down a little. We're definitely going to have to look at some farming in the next episode. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's a really cute game. Like I say, some really nice little design choices. And, hopefully in the next coming episodes, we'll really be able to see what it has to offer. And I think we're going to leave it there because we're just kind of waiting for this Smith to finish building. So we'll let that finish building. Next episode, we'll look at some farming over at the back of the town here, I think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you can give us a like. It really does help at the channel. And if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries, or suggestions, you can pop them down in the comments. And if you fancy a chat, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at John T. Sparrow. If you'd like to join in with the Geekism community, you can do so over on our Geekism Discord server. You'll find the link in the description. Again, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.